Let's briefly review where we've been with respect to the central questions of philosophy. We started talking about questions having to do with knowledge. And in particular, we talked about a specific problem, the problem of knowledge and skepticism. And we started considering, whether anybody really knows things about the future, things like, will it rain tomorrow? And mentioned what is knowledge is a question that philosophers worry about within the discipline of the theory of knowledge, the epistemology. Does anyone really know anything is really the issue we talked about, what the ancients believe, what we believe. Sometimes we made a mistake. We looked at a brief clip from the movie The Matrix where Neo thought he knew things and didn't, and led us to have some skepticism. We're making the position of skepticism, or the answer of skepticism, that is, we can't know anything about the external world, or what's sometimes called skepticism with regard to the external world, a plausible position, because there are a lot of things that we think we just cannot know. Now, the question arises, what's the basis of the source of our knowledge? If skepticism, and skeptics' position is, as I just mentioned, no, we can't know. You can never really know anything. And cognitivists, or people who hold the position of cognitivism, which is sometimes called epistemism, or in the book, actually in the book is probably the only place it's called epistemism, because they make a distinction between dogmatism and epistemism. But they take a position, yes, we can know things, and even within the cognitivist, the epistemist view, there are people who think that a basis of our knowledge is the external world. It's ultimately based on our own reasoning. Those are guys who are rationalists or hold a view of rationalism, and those who hold the view of empiricism, or empiricists who believe that knowledge is based on experience. Then we went on to look at the metaphysical problem of mind-body problem. How are we able to entertain thoughts? We have these brains. What kinds of things does our brain enable us to do? Feel, think, be responsible for actions, and obviously others. And we then took a look at zombies, and we're wondering, well, are we really just these physical things? Or is there something special about us that enables us to have consciousness? Are we different than zombies or robots? Talked about the Terminator, from the Terminator movie. Those robots, they look very real, but do they have feelings? Do they have consciousness? And the question the philosophers worry about is there possible to be a philosophical zombie? And we discussed what that was about. And we were talking about the various positions people hold about the relationship between mind-body, dualism. That is, there are two kinds of things in the world. The world's people are made up of physical things and mental things, and there's the interactionist view. That is, the two interact. There is the parallelist view. We're going to see that these two these two entities, mind and body, just move along in parallel, and some of them think that only the bodily events can cause mental things, and mental things really can't cause them. That is epiphenomenalism. Then we looked at monist view. One side of the equation is the only thing that really exists are physical things, material things, and the other one being idealism. The only thing that exists are minds. And we're going to take a look at some people who hold those positions. And then we started talking about how we ended up talking about these weird things. Did you really get here freely? Is it an illusion? We looked at the problem of freedom and determinism. And asked the question, do you really have free will? The determinist tells you, well, no, every event is caused, and therefore we don't have free will. The libertarian, not to be confused with the political position, says, yeah, of course we have free will. We cause our actions, that's why we're responsible. And the third view that you can hold on this is compatibilist, and that being a compatibilist, that is, or sometimes called soft determinist, every event has a cause, everything is caused, but our actions are free, and we explain how our actions can be free. Now we're going to move on to the realm of philosophy of religion, questions of religions, and what philosophers have to say about it.